Good day, everyone. I wanted to share my Facebook Marketplace find. I got 3 of these e-bikes. None of them work. Supposedly they all have bad batteries. I got them from just one couple there. They had all 3 of these that said none of them have working batteries. I only paid like $250 for all these. So the plan is to just kind of go through and I see if I can fix them up. If you're interested, stay tuned. Alright, so I think the first one we'll start on is this Nakto bike. It's 36 volt. And the reason I want to start on it because this is the only one that actually turns on. That's the key. When I flip it on, it comes on. And actually it's like it activates and goes. So I'm going to try to plug it in and see if it'll charge. And let's go from there. Alright, so the charger that came with the bike that they gave me just lights up green. When you plug that in, it also stayed green. It didn't charge the bike any at all. I checked the voltage on the connection and it was kind of funky. It would jump around. It would go into like 44 volts and then it would go down to like 35. And it doesn't seem to do anything, the charger. So just to double check to make sure that it is the charger. I had another 36 volt charger. So on lithium batteries, 36 volts, it's 10S. Max charge is 42 volts. So I took the 42 volt charger that I had, and I had a different connection. So I kind of rigged up a couple wires to that, and then rigged it up to the battery. And then this one is charging, so I see it went red. On that one, I just totally stayed green. So I'm assuming that's where assumption come from the old from the sellers that the battery died because it depleted all the way and it wouldn't charge. But most likely on this bike, it's the charger. I mean, I'm gonna charge it up and just kind of give it a run. But yeah, it is charging with this other charger. So what I'll do, I'll order another charger for the Nakto charger. I think they're like $20, and throw that one away. So that's hopefully that's all it needs. I'm just gonna air up the tires and take it for a run. On to the next. All right, next up is Ancheer. Plug this one in to charge, and it started to charge. It's in red, and it started to turn on. So right now it's showing full power, but I mean it's charging. I'll let this charge for a while, and just to see what happens, you know. But yeah, this one started to charge also. Cool. All right, Swagtron. This one came with 2 batteries, not just one, 2. And neither one seems to be charging. I just plugged this one in, it's still staying green. This doesn't really, it kind of tries to blink, but it doesn't really show anything. And I checked the voltage on this battery, and then I'm about 1.7 volts, so it's very low. It should be in the 30s to 40 volt on it. I want to take this battery out and see what the voltage is on it, and I'll get back. Second battery pack from the Selectron is out, and it seems like it's 0 volts on the output, and so both of these packs seem to be shot. You just you tear them apart, see what happened to them. And also I wanted to give you an update on the Ancheer. This one already fully charged. It's only been like 20 minutes or so. You turn it on, it turns on. So it must have like a bad cell or 2 in the pack. That's what I'm assuming, because it charged up way too fast. But yeah, if you unplug it, it stays on. It says fully charged, but it probably dies super quick since it's charged in 20 minutes. So yeah, this pack probably needs to come out, and this one is inside like the frame. This probably needs to come out and see what cells are dead in there. We'll do the test on all those cells. Cool, but I'll start on the Swagtron batteries. Take those apart real quick. Alright, so this whole battery pack is shot. It has about 0.8 volts on the whole thing. Looks like it had water damage, so water got into this one. I don't know if the BMS is good or not, but all the cells are definitely shot. One way to try and repair you would be to replace all the cells. It looks like it's 10S3P pack. So 10 cells in series, 3 in parallel. It's not a very big pack. I don't know what kind of cells they are. I'm assuming some cheap cells, 2500 milliamp hour. I'm not sure about the brand. You have to Google that brand. I'm not sure. Probably some cheap Chinese cell. But anyways, this pack is completely shot. Like I said, in order to repair it, you'd probably have to replace all the cells. That's if you know that the BMS is good, but seeing that it has water damage, I'm not sure if the battery management system is still good or not. I'm gonna put this one back in, and I'm gonna tear this next one apart and see if that's in a better shape. So this battery pack is alive. It has voltage on it. And what I was doing is I was testing the voltage between each individual cell. So you will have like 4 volts, another 4 volts, 4 volts, 4 volts, 4 volts, another 4 volts, and then we get to this negative 10 volt on one battery cell, which is kind of crazy. So I want to take a peek at it real quick. And this pack is kind of interesting, but it's built a little different than the other one. I feel like this is like one of the first designs they had. And I can't confirm that, but this does feel like an older iteration of the pack. Yeah, you can see this cell is bad, and this cell is bad. Even though some of the cells are still okay, but at least you would know that the BMS should be good, but at least one of the two. Yeah, it is built a little different. These ones are a little staggered and the other ones are just in line with each other. Interesting. Seems like different cells too. There's some purple ones. I'm not sure what brand they are. There's a ton of the 18650 brands that's been around. So what I'll do with these ones for right now, I'm gonna look around and see if I can just find a nice working used pack. Because I don't even know if the bike works. I'm assuming it probably does. It's just the batteries. If I can find, this is 2022, looks like this one doesn't say, probably older. But if I can find a pack for cheap, I'd rather do that than fully rebuild one of these. But I'll look around and we'll come back and see. But while we're here and tearing packs apart, I'm gonna grab one out of the Ancheer bike and bring it over here. On these, it's sometimes the easiest to pull the balance cable off like this, and then test the voltage in between each pin. It'll give you your cell groups. There should be a 10S pack too. So like You start at the very first one. Hope you guys can see multimeter. So that's 4.5 volts on the first one. That's quite a bit high. And BMS is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. 4.5 on a second. One of these 4.5. So one of these cell groups is probably dead. 4.2. This is a normal one. Four and a half. Yeah, one of these cell group is probably dead. That's why it's overcharging the rest. This one's 4.5. Actually kind of dangerous overcharging his batteries like that. The BMS should stop that. 4.5. 3, 4. It's a little low one here. Four and a half. Four and a half. So there's literally only one is as low as this 3.4 volt. 1. 3.4 volt. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think it's a 6 or 7 cell group. I don't know if this BMS does any balancing or not. One way to do this is to try to bring this one cell group that's low up. So yeah, one cell group is running a little lower than the rest. All the rest are kind of overcharged. I mean, these cells have probably been used and abused. They also look like some cheap cells. Honestly, all these e-bikes, the cheaper e-bikes, they run some shady cells, and that's why they don't last very long. Options are to rebuild them with the better cells, or just get another cheap pack and then run it till she dies. I'm gonna look around on both of these and then see if I can find any of the cheap battery packs for these. If not, we'll go through and then probably rebuild these. I got some cells over there. I think I got 18650s I could use to rebuild them. So go from there. All right, a little update on the Ancheer pack. So what I ended up doing is finding the group of cells that was low, and I hooked up my RC charger to them. I stuck this just a piston nickel strip in there just to make a connection, and ended up charging the group of cells that was low up to 4.2 volts. It was like a 3.5 if you remember when we were testing from the connection. So now they're all up, charged all the way up, and I ended up getting 9200 milliamp hours in there, so that's pretty good. This is just a temporary fix. This is not going to hold. This is eventually going to drain down this group of cells here. But I just wanted to put this battery back on the bike and kind of go drive it around, test it out, and see if it works and everything works on it before I bought a new battery or rebuilt this one. So I'm gonna put it all back together real quick and then take it for a spin. Alright, and what I decided with a Swagtron battery, the one that has a one bled cell group that's running at negative 10 volts. It's this cell group here. I'm gonna replace it with some used cells that I have. It's the other high discharge from like a scooter project I was doing a while back. They're good cells, just used cells, and I'm gonna replace the bad cell group. This is gonna be kind of like a temporary fix, because if the one cell group went, most likely sooner than later other ones will. But it will give me enough time to kind of run the bike also, just like I'm doing with the Ancheer bike over there. It kind of gives me time to kind of run it and make sure that everything is working on it, and then I can maybe rebuild this whole battery with the new cells, or buy just just a battery. But yeah, so what I'll do right now, I am gonna take this nickel strip off the top, the bottom, and I'll try to fish these batteries out without taking the whole thing apart and fish the other cells in. There are lithium ion cells, chemistry, 2500 milliamp hour. I don't even know what these ones are. I mean, if you're gonna replace the group, you should get the identical cells, but I don't know what these cells are. I don't have any. This is just what I have around. So I'm just gonna pop those in and see what happens. Stay tuned. Alright, so I got the old cells out, new cells in there. One thing I have left to do is to respot weld this nickel strip. I tried to kind of peel it off carefully so I could reuse it, and it worked out pretty good. Those cells just slid out, new ones popped in. I have a DIY spot welder that runs off like a 12-volt lithium iron phosphate pack. I built this a while back, but so yeah, basically spot welder works is just a relay there with a little foot pedal. Every time I press the foot pedal, it closes the relay, more or less. It creates a dead short, and then that spot welds it. Let me see if I can show you guys. So it goes there, boom, and that spot welds it on there. Same thing with this one, and then this one. Let me do one more on this one, and then we gotta do a couple on this one. 1, 2. So this side is should be done. A little hot. It's good though. Flip it around, and then on this side it also has to be done. So that goes here. Hit the pedal. Boom. 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 And I gotta do 2 more right here. Yeah, you gotta wear safety glasses. I'm wearing some right now just because that stuff just sometimes splatters everywhere. Cool. So this will stay. This is all spot welded back on. It's kind of a hack fix on this. Ideally, you would just replace all the batteries, which I don't think it would be that really terrible to do. I got a new nickel strip you could reuse instead of put a new one on instead of reusing this one. But I just wanted to see if the bike will work. So now, since everything is spot welded together while you guys are here, let's see. Here we go. Hold you guys here, one hand. So battery positive. I'm gonna stick the positive end in there. Battery negative, boom. So now we got 37.1 volts. So if we go through them, they should be good. 4 volts here, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, increasing by 4 volts pretty much every time. 28, 32, 37, 41. Okay, so that's 41 volts. And this is not correct. Like a battery negative. This would be the main negative of the pack right here. 41.2 volts. This is it's battery 1. This is battery negative. My bad. So 41.2 volts on the whole pack. So that's good. Everything is correct. I should have never touched that. Okay. That's would be like 9S right here. So this would give it to full 10S, and it makes sense. 41 volts, so it's about a little over 4.1 volts per cell, more or less. Cool. So I'm gonna throw this thing back together, and we'll take all the Swagtron for a ride too. Oh, another update I wanted to give you before that. Nakto bike. The one that was like just with a charger. Charged all night forever. So the battery took quite a bit of charge. Boom, green. So I ordered a normal charger for it versus doing what I'm doing with just the hack connections there. But I think that's all it was, is just a bad charger, because this took charge, and like charger got warm. It was charged for like 5 or 6 hours, so it took quite a bit of power in there. But take it for a ride, and then we'll take Swagtron and take the Ancheer later on for a ride too. Take all of them for a ride. But let me get this back together real quick. One quick thing as I'm putting the Swagtron battery together, there's before I took it apart, I was like, wow, it has 2 fuses, one here, one on this side, you know. And now I'm inside of it and looking, this one is not even connected to anything, and there's another one back there that's not connected to anything either. So like, this 2 fuses that this battery have is not even just there. It's crazy. But I'm gonna have to finish putting it together. Just wanted to show you guys. Crazy. Alright, batteries in Swagtron. This part turns on now. It's all full and good. And the bike turns on also. So that comes on. If I hit a throttle, it rips. Alright, so Swagtron is fixed too, well, temporarily, but it is working. But one thing on the Anchor bike, it turns on and rides, but the throttle doesn't work for some reason. I'm not sure why. So I was gonna actually pop the controller and see why the throttle isn't working. So I'll take you guys along. Gonna take this 2 out for a spin real quick and see how it goes. Alright, took them to the beach, a little over 3 miles so far. This one still got a full charge, the other one has still full charge, so the batteries are doing alright so far. Keep updating. Alright, just got back from a 7-mile round trip from the beach. Nakto did awesome. Still got full bars. Definitely did not have a bad battery, bad charger. I should be here any day now. Ancheer did good too. Lost 1 bar, so that's 7 miles. That's pretty good. Throttle doesn't work on this. I need to tear it apart and see what's up with the throttle. That should be fixable though. Temporary fix on this battery, but that definitely had a bad battery. And Swagtron, still have to try it out. Give you an update. Alright, wanted to give a little update on Ancheer. It's actually been running pretty good. Took it through a couple cycles, been riding it around, and the battery seems holding up okay so far. I mean, it is still a temporary fix. But I just wanted to share this with you. I felt pretty stupid. I couldn't get the throttle to work, and I was trying to figure out. I tore the throttle apart, tore the controller apart, tried to figure out why the throttle is not working. And it turns out, in order to activate the throttle, you need to go minus when you're already on low. All of this shut off, and now the throttle works. I felt pretty stupid after taking the whole thing apart and messing with it for hours. But yeah, everything works on this bike now. And also, update on the Nakto one. Nakto, I already sold the Nakto one. It went on the Facebook Marketplace, so I just have these 2. This one, it took a full charge. I'm going to take it for a ride tonight. Make sure that it's doing some miles and everything is working on it. And I give you an update. Alright, about halfway into the test course, aka the beach, for the sunset. It's going to be beautiful. Going to catch that and ride it back.
Still showing full bars on this one. It does sag to like maybe 2, and then when I was going up the bridge, it was like down to 1, and it's only about 3.5 miles to the beach. So this battery is definitely not the best, but it's still going though. So we'll see if I'm making home. But everything else works good. Brake is front brake is a little iffy, but everything else seems to be working okay. I'm gonna go watch the sunset and take it home. All right, so made it home. The Swagtron made it about 8 miles or so, 7.5, 8 miles, and it still had about 2 bars left. It still had some power. I'm gonna call it good for now. It's enough to go to the beach and back, and just keep it the way it is. And if the battery dies, maybe I'll do a separate video on rebuilding it or whatnot there. End this video at my solar shed, put it on charge from the batteries, so it's going to charge up from the solar that was stored during the day. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All 3 bikes are fixed, and all of them are working, and yeah, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.